was, I have to show you what he made again because it's so nice. It's cauliflower soup with tofu croutons, mushrooms, and sweet potato. And you're such a
crispy mushroom.
Crispy! Yesterday, on January 28th, I pretty much finished this goddess painting that I've been working on for a while. I'm very pleased with how it worked. I cut out the piece that I had and put it on some larger paper so I could make the headdress larger and the wings. And I love how her hair turned out. Give her a pretty necklace. Expanded her headdress. I might expand it more, I'm not sure. But I'm pretty satisfied with what it looks like. A nice big headdress for that, and I have these guys that I drew a while ago that I need to color and give them costumes and stuff. What do you work on?
I'm just teaching myself some new parts of this program.
What's the program?
It's called Cinema 4D.
What are your hobbies?
I have a lot.
What are your hobbies?
Too many to mention.
Well, mention a few. Come on, tell me.
3D graphics.
Yeah.
That's one. Animation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Strange.
What's on it? It's very strange things. And there's a person you've been drawing for days and days.
Yeah.
It's looking
It'll take a long time.
You're very patient.
Yeah.
Past 11, I've been drawing all day long. It's a lot of time, and it's amazing how much time it takes to paint. And I mean, sketching is really hard. This is what I worked on today. Started painting it. You know, these are my little skull people. I did, you know, I really like how he turned out in this guy. That's how it looks now. I'm gonna give them like a really interesting headdress of some kind. I'm not sure yet, but I did a lot of details with the colors. I really like how it turned out. I'm happy I'm being productive, creative. Just got back from my run. I went about 10 miles, and little bunny is out there in the garden. No, he's in the garden, sunning. He's a sun bunny. Did some background for them, and then I'm going to add a bunch of things to collage. Some paper. And we're in the house all by ourselves?
We are.
It's nice, isn't it? Are you tanning?
I'm tanning.
You're cute.
Yes.
See? What you doing?
She's gonna wake up if you turn on the light. She'll come down immediately when we get upstairs. She'll think we have food.
I worked all day yesterday, but it got a little bit hard after a while. Started working on this guy, which I don't know what it is or who he is, but I do like how he's starting to come out. This is the main piece that I finished yesterday, headdress, and I think it's turned out really, really well. And to make art and to do, you know, everything I can every single day, and just make stuff. Other times I am not so inspired. I feel like whatever I do, I got up this morning, for example, and was in this state of, you know, how do we get our works into a venue? How do we get seen? How do we get, you know, how do people know who we are? All the paintings that I make, you know, I've made a huge amount of paintings in the last couple of months. I mean, this book alone is full of paintings I've done in the last 4 months. And, you know, this is all work. All of this, all of this, all of this, everything that we do is not based on us making lots of money or being famous or being recognized at all. The only time people see us is when we go out and perform. Amazing traits of artists is the ones who are unknown, because they have to struggle with the reality that no matter how much work they do, no matter how creative they are, how much work they produce, how often they perform. I've performed thousands of times with Thoth. I've made paintings. I've written a couple of operas and self-released a couple of albums and self-produced a lot of shows with Thoth, all independently. And we've traveled all over the world doing this work. You have to do it for yourself. This is how I do it, is I sit here all day long with my art, with my music. I draw and I write music, and I write and I doodle and I am creative, and I brainstorm with Thoth. We cannot guarantee that anybody will ever even see our work or care that we did anything. That is the biggest challenge of being an independent artist that is actually not spoken about very much. Is it's hard enough just to create things, but then to create things and have to acknowledge and understand that nobody is going to actually care what you create, and thus you have to find it in yourself to do the work for yourself, and that you don't need that outside validation for doing the work. Creativity is seen as like a mystery, like you're suddenly this really successful person who's created all this amazing work. People come up to us and ask, how did you find each other? How did you develop this? It is a very, very, very long process. So that it's not just poof, it just suddenly appears. It's a huge amount of work every single day, and you have to enjoy the process. Like a friend of mine said, hard work is a given, and you don't get extra credit for working hard. You don't get extra credit for being original, you don't get extra credit for being unique, especially if you're unknown. And I have long since accepted that I'm probably not going to become famous. I'm probably not going to be successful in that way that I'm successful in the way that I am. The work that we do is performance, and performance sustains us magically somehow. Just go and be an artist and say, I'm not going to do anything else.
Your hat's unfunny.
It is?
Yeah.
Is that
Let's
better?
see.
Is that better?
It's
Is
not
that
on
better?
anymore.
Oh, there.
Come with me.
There.
This is where I got to with this guy today. Very strange.
It's important to be a little slave robot clone, and you run around and do exactly the same thing as everybody else. Because you have to have some order in this planet.
Is he being sarcastic?
Yeah. It's like it's now 12:15. I've been spending all day kind of drawing and doodling and doing stuff, just however I can. I've been struggling a lot today with art, and now I'm in this flow state, just doodling, and it's time to go to bed. It's time to go to bed, and I'm tired, I'm exhausted, and I'm in this state, and I don't want to go to bed. It's really frustrating. Hi. I had a really good hard run this morning. I run every other day. Go about 10 miles. I'm running most of the way through the neighborhood. It's very hilly. Running every other day just helps keep my body strong and fit. This is what I have every single day. A side with a bunch of nummies on top. But you're always looking so pleasantly nice. Yeah. This is what I'm working on today. Floating head balloons. And making art takes a long fucking time. And I'm listening to James do stuff with his voice. And it's gorgeous. And then last night I had this idea. I said, how about I do a skull person carrying head balloons you know, walking from this great high staircase, and that's what I did today. I take references for all the heads and faces and stuff, but you know, they all becomes my own thing. I don't know what's happening, but I'm playing around with watercolors in the middle of the night. It's never used watercolors before. This is something that Thoth got like a year ago, I think, and lost it, and then he found it again, so.
Dun, 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 dun.
Connected to this Thoth MacBook Pro and try the Baroque tablet.
I had a bad sleep last night. I fell asleep at about 3 maybe and got up around 8 something, 8:30, because I can't sleep in anymore. So I'm maybe got 5 hours of sleep and I'm tired. Oh, we've had a hard day emotionally because it's raining and we should be
Connected
going out to
this
play.
Thoth MacBook Pro and try the Baroque tablet.
Bunny's not doing well either. We're just about to run through the music for Pantheon for our show tomorrow night at the Yurt Temple. And I have managed to do some watercolor work, which is interesting because I'm so tired. I did this last night, just, you know, kind of playing with the palette that Thoth has. And then this one, which I really like. I really like how it looks. Watercolor is very different from acrylic paint or markers, and this one I'm liking. So I'm just trying little watercolor techniques, and I'm amazed I'm getting work done in my new... It's funny, I got this book, you know, like a few weeks ago, not knowing what to use it for, and using it for watercolors.
A dark and stormy nightmare, auguring a shadow yet to be cast.